What is going on, everybody? Happy Friday. Welcome to another ADSR live stream. Thank you all for joining me today. If you don't know, my name is Taetro. I'm an electronic music producer, beat maker, and I do content as well. I make beat videos, I make tutorials, all that good stuff, and I'm here every Friday on the ADSR channel. So thank you all once again for being with us today. We have a cool plugin to look at. We're doing a giveaway as usual, and it should be a good time. We got a cool pitch shifting harmonizer plugin to look at that's modeled after one of the very first, or like the original hardware, you know? So this is modeled after like an old school kind of rack mounted hardware. Eventide is how you say this brand name. Eventide, not Eventide, like I thought. But nonetheless, here we are. Welcome, everybody. How are you all today? Hello to SDK, Drunk Bishop, Taylor Deemer, Kevin Tetrault. Wow, what do you know about that? Tetrault, that's close to Taetro. Miracle Guy, Lil Ransom, Fireball, Just McCaffrey. Hello, happy to see. Oh, Yarn Chic 60, I should say. Amazing. Happy to see so many people coming over from my channel. A lot of channel members in the chat. It's too bad the little badges don't carry over to other chats. But yeah, as usual on Fridays, like we do here, we'll give away a copy of this plugin we're working with today, and we'll give away a pack that I'm working with today too, because as you all know, ADSR has some fire packs in their library. If you haven't checked out the website and checked out all the cool packs they have, you definitely should, but you're always seeing me on these streams working with some cool packs. So if there's sounds that you hear and you like today, know that they are available on the ADSR store. Not only that, even if you don't win the giveaway for this plugin and you like what you see, it's currently on sale on ADSR for $50, I believe. So make sure you check out that link in the description. I should also say hello to folks on Facebook and Twitch. DJ No, what's going on? Binge, hello. Ago Bosom, what's up? I have the Facebook chat here. I'm scrolling through on my other little screen here. I think that'll work for now, but hello to everybody. I'll try to monitor chat as much as possible. And as we go through today, you can ask questions. I can't guarantee that I'll always have the answers, but I'll try my best. Proto from Argentina, what's up? Chillin', Lil Ransom. Thanks for asking. Chillin', what's up with you? 16 degrees out where you are. Yikes. That's crazy. Very cold. Drunk Bishop has never seen snow before. I think that's really interesting. Yikes. But nonetheless, should we get into making some music potentially and trying out this plugin? Now, maybe what you've noticed on the screen as we've been going through right now, as we've been just chatting, you notice that little number shifts. You see that? It's just shifted from like 99, 101, 1.0 to 1.01. So that little drift that's happening there is to basically mimic the magic of what was the original hardware. You know, obviously hardware has its mechanical flaws. And they've built that into the plugin here to give it kind of that authentic feel and sound. Now, of course, we need to hear what that sounds like in practice. It's going to be like semi-unnoticeable to the untrained ear, maybe. But it is an interesting implementation of trying to get something to sound like the original plugin nonetheless. But like I said, this is a harmonizer. This is kind of a pitch shifter. We can use it as like a sort of a traditional harmonizer, but we can also use it to create space in sort of a reverby delay kind of way as well. So we're going to scan through some of the presets and see what it's all about, go over some of these components. But first, let me go and I was playing with some of these guitar samples from the TuneCraft Vibes Volume 1 pack. And there's lots of really great guitar samples in here. And I think that is a good way to start messing with this plugin, because we can add width to some of these. We can maybe even add some harmonies. I want to find something like a basic little line to play with. Like a basic little riff. Something that could start us off on a tune, because of course we are going to make a beat today. You're probably seeing that we have just amped and then fully baked. I'm looking in the just amped folders because I would like to mess with these sounds and have all the magic being added by us. Oh, that's a really nice one. I like that. Let's start with that. It's got that gap in the middle, but I'm fine with it. I'm going to drag this into an audio track here. The original tempo is 70 BPM. Obviously, the DAW is set to 170. All right, we got a nice little 8-bar loop here. And let me actually loop it. There we go. Great. So, this is not really doing anything right now, correct? Turn it off. It's adding a little bit of width at the moment, just in its stock form. It's adding a massive amount of width, I would say. We can bypass it here. All right, so what are we looking at here? Obviously, we have an input level, and we will get a little limit light to sort of push and drive it if we push it too far up. I don't want to blow everybody's ears out, but we're not getting too much grit by over driving that input level. We have a feedback level, which is pretty basic when it comes to different delays and stuff. Obviously, this is a very short situation we have going here, so I'm going to keep that down for a moment. Here, this manual knob is where we get into pitch shifting. So 1.0 is a unison pitch, so it's the same pitch that we're hearing. 2.0 will be an octave above, and 0.5 will be an octave below. So let's try to play with that a little bit. Let's go an octave up. Obviously, the further we push beyond the original sample's sound, the more kind of granular we'll get. But obviously, that was between 0.5, 1, and 2. So we can obviously work in increments here as well. We have an anti-feedback knob here, which is not engaged yet. These main controls here are actually what help us engage different parts of the plugin. So you probably already noticed that there is an envelope follower. There is the anti-feedback, which we can engage. So we no longer get the manual control. Then we have the keyboard, which I believe if we engage hold, it'll hold down the keys for us. C, middle C is unison there. Then we obviously get a lower octave down here and a higher octave up there. But nonetheless, these keys on the keyboard obviously correspond. This is a whole step up. And then we have a major third up. And the keyboard, once again, in middle C is the unison. And then we have the envelope follower. So like, how is it going to react to that initial attack? You hear that pitch swaying based on the envelope of the sound. Release, how long does it take to go back, to fade out? And then the sensitivity. So maybe that would be fun to implement in sort of a tape style effect, maybe. But let me go back to main, or manual, I should say, and put it back at 1.0, because we also have the ability to add some delays, and we can engage it as a delay only. Let's add some more feedback in here. So we actually do get a very nice, almost vintagey sounding delay here. And these, you can see I'm engaging these and they're adding. So these are milliseconds, 7.5 milliseconds. And as I engage them, they add on top of each other. Of course, we get a mix between dry and wet. We get a main output. And then we get output 2, which is this strange situation, and I'll probably get this wrong, but it bypasses the harmonizer and goes through the feedback, I believe. And output 2 is obviously engaged here, so obviously we're in delay only mode. But yes, obviously we can get very cool chorus effects in there too. I believe that's how we're able to get cool, like, granular style effects and stuff. But that's kind of an overview of, like, you just turn in some knobs and what these knobs basically do. But I want to go through some presets. But what's everybody chatting about? A lot of chat going in. People talking about learning music production. Lorenz, I'm asking about the logo. I hired an artist to do my logo, so that's how I did that. At any point, if you can invest in hiring other artists to do things for you as an artist, that's kind of the creative economy. That's how this all goes around, right? People helping each other out. Nair is a beginner in the electronic music production journey, it seems. So that's great. And ADSR does make a good point in the chat saying that we do have an amazing beginner's course that I shot a couple months ago, but it's on the ADSR site, and it's totally for beginners. And I even use Ableton Live Lite, which is like the beginner, I don't know if it's the free version of Live or if it's like the lowest version you can get, but you can make a beat just by watching that course. You'll know all the foundational stuff of what you need to know to start making your own music, basically. But back to the plugin here. As you can see, we've got a list of, different presets. Why don't we at least try? So some of these are actually made for guitar, and since we're using a guitar loop, let's engage that Strat Thickener preset. So this is an example of one of the more subtle ways you can implement this plugin. You can tell that it definitely adds a thickness to this, which I wouldn't have called this sample thin when I first heard it, but in adding this thickener, it definitely adds body to it. So obviously we've done crazy things with the pitch and turning these knobs and stuff, but this is a more subtle implementation of the plugin. Let me just keep scrolling through some of these presets. So this is going to shift the pitch a bit. Owner of a lonely H910. We obviously get some of that granular stuff. I'm going to keep scanning through. And then we have this like beautiful chorus, right? Oh, Nair, you're a jazz guitarist? That's great. So like if you already have some background in music, a lot of people try to get into music production before having any knowledge of making music. How to play an instrument, etc. And that's a huge challenge because you're trying to learn how to actually what makes good music, like melody, harmony, rhythm, and then you're also trying to learn like very semi-complicated software. So Nair, you're at an advantage having a musical background already. I just made a duplicate of that because I really like the sound of this preset. It's just a very beautiful chorus sound, and I think I'll probably use that as the basis of the track, but I've made the second version so that we can keep cycling through some presets. So let's continue on. Trippy, huh? Of course, once we start building a beat, we can start also adding this to some drums and widen some of our drums. Again, here's without, here's with. That one's even more subtle. That's pretty good. Drunk chords, we love that. Whoa, that's dope. Maybe let's pull back on the dry wet. It sounds like it's lifting off into space. I think that's pretty cool. So again, that's where the the pitch shifting comes into play there. So we're not just getting a delay, we're getting that lift off tail, which I love. Play chords 2. This might be a little crazier. A little further out pitch wise, I believe. Feedback's up. Best way to learn a plugin, I think, is to scan through some of the presets and see, okay, what's happening to the sound? That's a lot. What's happening to the sound, and then how do all the parameters change? I like this. This is sort of like a 50s delay situation. And then we have stuff that goes as crazy as that. So you probably get a little bit of the vibe of what's possible with this right now. And we're using this in a very limited way right now with this guitar sample. However, what I think is we should start building up a beat and implementing it in different ways. So I'm going to get rid of this little extra track that I made to just demo that and just use the basic guitar loop. Oops, not spotlight. With our preset on there, House of the H910 preset. Again, this is it off. And this is it engaged. A nice, beautiful chorus. What do you say we start building up some drums here as our next step? Which I might jump to another kit for this, actually. So this is a pack called Angelic Vibes. After Dark. And if I go to one shots, I can start digging through some kicks. That's a good one. Remember that, number 21. That one's pretty nice too. But I think 21 is very well rounded. So I've been working with drums this way a lot lately, throwing them on the timeline rather than putting them into a drum rack. So let me build up a little 4-bar loop here because that'll be faster, so we can demo a little bit more today. And then I'll duplicate the 4-bar loop as we go. I don't want to do a 4 to the floor, but let's find a nice kick groove and then we'll add in some snares. Boom, boom, boom. And I just duplicate this across the timeline, link it on there. And you know we're going to end up sidechaining too, of course. You should stream with Fin Retro UJam. It's so underrated right now. We'll look into that. I've never heard of that. Well, I've heard of UJam. Hi, Kyle Gray Young. Thanks for joining. It's going well, Kyle. Thank you for asking. How's it going for you? Let's continue on with this kick pattern. And then we'll add some snares. We notice that the kick could probably bump it a little forward, but maybe that'll give it like a laid back feel. Let's see how it goes. Let's jump in and get some snares going here. I'm thinking just a very basic snare pattern. We can even get a little, I like that snare as sort of like a second snare, but let's find a main one. Oh, some of these are really nice. I like that one too. Snare 11. All right, let me get snare 11 in here, but I'm going to turn that one off for now. All right, let me build this up. Now we're probably going to want beat 3 across the board. All right, let's give it a little bounce. And let's get this second snare in here to add to that vibe. Whoops, didn't want to move it. One more. Just want a little bit of a roll there. Not that much of a roll. Right there. Yeah, I see a conversation about like software going on in the chat and beginner friendly and this and that. And it's like, there's no point in picking something that's beginner friendly. If you have any plans to grow as a music producer, as an artist, there is, and you have a choice over what software you can choose, what software you'll use. There's no point in picking something that's beginner friendly. You're not going to be a beginner for the rest of your life. So all you're doing is really delaying the hard work that you're going to have to put in, the hard work and understanding that you're going to have to put in order to grow and progress. Because it's just not worth learning a software that's quote unquote for beginners because you think it's easy. You're just going to hold yourself back. You're just going to be able to do beginner work at that point. All right, let me add a couple accents in here, and then we'll add the, we'll see what the pitch shifter can do for us. I like these open hats. I don't even have my closed hats in there yet, but we'll get there. I actually want to put this there instead. Just like that. All right, we got that open hi-hat. And we'll repeat that phrase with the open hat. Let's get a closed hat in here, and we'll be good to go. Actually, like that. Number 10, number 10. Remember that? Ooh, 31 might have to do it, though. All right, let's just do a typical... Come on, man. Let's get that on the 1. Let's just do a typical hi-hat pattern here. I don't want to spend too much time programming drums today. Oh, is that what we want? A nice triplet feel? That was funny. Okay, duplicate that. Great. I'm just literally going to duplicate that across, and I'll get rid of the hits that are where the open hat is supposed to be, because that makes sense. Get rid of it and get rid of it. That said, it is worth trying out a couple of different pieces of software if you can try different trials and just seeing what clicks, you know? So if there's one thing I know, there's not one DAW that people use, you know? There's not one that's like, you have to use this one. But it's worth considering how many resources are out there for the particular DAW you want to use. Because the more resources that are out there for learning, the easier it will be for you to learn. So that's something to consider. And then certain people just gravitate to certain types of software, certain workflows. And what I've seen from any of those, you know, Genius interviews or any behind the scenes of producers who work on big projects that have had big placements, that do award-winning work, that are well-known producers, artists, beat makers, producers, whatever it may be. Not everybody's using the same. They might be using like the same 3. You see some people use Pro Tools, Ableton Live, FL Studio, Logic, or that's 4. They might be using around the same 4, but doesn't necessarily mean that's the only way to go. But it definitely means one of those 4 is probably the way to go. So this is a drum thickener. It definitely does that. So a similar effect to that Strat preset we tried out earlier. Oh. That's definitely making it thick. I'm trying this on the whole drum bus here. That's funny. I just want to try these out. Maybe some of these would be better used on individual drums. Like I might put that thickener on just the kick. Bonzo drums. That's a good name for it. I could see a lot of these being used for like momentary effects too. Oh, that's fun. Wow. Ray gun snare. Yeah, obviously some of these. That's fun. Drums wah. Oh, now we're in the chorus presets. But nonetheless, I'm gonna pull that off of the broader drum group and just throw it on the kick. And I'm gonna go back to that thickener preset, and let's use that on just our kick. Or let me walk that back. Let me do it on the main snare. Obviously, we're getting a little bit of volume, so I probably want to pull down the main. Maybe we mix it a little less. We pull in. All right, we got to add some more material to this, wouldn't you say? So why don't we? Oh, by the way, we're coming up on the half hour, and I will talk to you all about how you can win yourself a copy of this H910 Eventide Harmonizer pitch shifting plugin. So please stay tuned in the chat. At the half hour, I will give you the instructions, those of you in chat who could possibly win. Hi, Carlos, over on the Facebook chat. Welcome. Thank you for being here. DJ No over on Facebook says, lately after reggaeton and trap entered the game, many people are producing without any musical knowledge, but they'll learn for sure. I think that comes way before reggaeton and trap. That is not exclusive to those genres. People have been self-taught musicians for a very long time. Actually, any folk music, literally, has nothing to do with being self-taught musicians and making music without like traditional musical knowledge is nothing new. People have been doing it for ages. But people do try to gatekeep music a lot, which is not okay. Because anybody can make music. It's not exclusive. I want to take a peek back in the TuneCraft kits. These are all guitars, but let me jump back. Angelic vibes. What do we have for melodica loops, though? What key are we even in? E minor. What do we have for E minor loops here? So we can start to add something. I'm down to just try stuff here. It's close, but not quite. Yeah, it does get a little modal. But one thing we can do with that loop, since it starts with that very clear note, is throw it into simpler. So you can do this with most samples, you know. Throw it into your sampler of choice. I just use simpler because it's basic and easy in Ableton Live. And we can hone in on a single note. Now this works when you don't have a lot of like tails blending in. Can you tell me what synth you're using, Carlos asks? I'll tell you as soon as I start using a synth. Have not used a synth yet. So I probably want to cut it right before that. And if we warp it and double it, we could get a little more length out of it. But also, if we just crank up a little reverb. Cool, we just get a little bit of a tail there, which is good. And now we have a synth that we used from that melodic sample. So I should tune it though. Let's do that really quick. Utilities, tuner. We want to match the C on our keyboard so that we're hearing a C on the tuner. In Simpler, we do that by going to Controls, Transpose. And since we're hearing a G but playing a C, we need to go down. Well, we could also go up. Boom. Now that'll be a lot less confusing because I know if I need to play an E minor. Boom, there it is. All right, we're on the half hour, so it's time to talk about some giveaways. If you want to win Eventide's H910 plugin and a pack that we're using today, please, in the chat, drop, since it was just Earth Day, drop your favorite nature-related emoji in the chat. Nature-related emoji. There's some good ones out there. Bonus points, which are completely arbitrary and have no bearing on the giveaway. Show me an emoji I've never seen before. Let me go back to that synth. Where'd it go? If I'm being honest, I want to swap out this guitar loop. So let's browse through and find a different guitar loop. Because why not? TuneCraft. We're back in TuneCraft. I'm fine with changing keys. Oh, that one's nice. Let me duplicate the drums here. What is that? Oh, that's like a mountain range? Very cool. Now, there is another version of this plugin. Well, not another version, but... well, I guess you could say another version. The dual harmonizer, which as you can see gives us 2 units here. Double your fun, some would say. Maybe I want to add some delay on top of this. Thank you, boss. Oh, nice flowers. Tim and Messiah's here. Hey, what's up? Just want to go through some... you can see the interface changes slightly. Oh, I want to keep digging through these guitar loops because they're really fire. So obviously we have different versions of kind of similar riffs. We already looked at the E minor ones. What's under Miracles? Oof. Wow. Actually, I like that one. Is that this one that I just played? Yeah, let's see what that sounds like here. I mean, I'm messing with BPM and we've got the delays on here now. That's pretty dark, right? We've got that wide snare too. I like it. Let me sidechain this guitar really quick because it'll start bouncing. And then we'll feel good. Kick. That's what we're missing, a kick there. What do y'all think of that guitar riff? I'm thinking about adding some 808s as well. Is that what we need, chat? 808s? I used a plugin on the stream not too long ago that was very good, and so this is also got to be available on the ADSR store. Solid 808 plugin. Saucy 808, some would say. This is an A minor. Now we might not need the boosted. We might need a cleaner preset here. Maybe not that low. Dark. That's kind of nice. That's a good starting point. Let's do it. We could also turn up that glide. Lots of people planting trees over in the Facebook chat. Lots of mountain ranges in the YouTube chat. It's interesting, the two cultures. What do y'all think of that 808? Should we lay it down? Let's get it. One, two. Oh, that started in a weird place. Get that back in there. All right, here we go. Yeah, something like that. So let me ask you this, chat. If we're using the H910 singularly here, and then we're using it dual here, do we call that a triple H910? Which, by the way, I think it's important to remind everybody, the guitar actually sounds like this, with no H910 on it. Not as exciting. Then we add a little chorus vibe to it. And then we add some delay with the dual. And then we get that full sound. Don't forget as well, those snares, they're thick because of the H910. Now I did make a synth here. And I did put way too much reverb on it, that's for sure. How do y'all like that 808? Is it blowing out anybody's speakers yet? Let's really push this sample. You know, and in Simpler, we can even glide if we want. Which might work well. And let's try to alter this synth sound. Maybe we can get something totally different using the H910. We can kind of add this to a little bit of everything. DJ No put a really nice comment in a Facebook chat. Said, problem with Taetro is that all what he does is so good that it doesn't matter what he's using. But that's not exclusive to me. It's the point of these streams. The point of these streams is like, it has nothing to do with me. Like what we're trying to show here is that you can get these same tools, these same sounds, same software, same plugins. And if you just do exactly what I do, just follow the step by step, you'll learn how I'm doing what I'm doing, and you'll be able to mimic the process. Like there's nothing special about me and what I do. It's just, it is what it is. Anybody can do this, is what I'm trying to say. I want to do that and then add more delay to it. So let's just record a very basic synth riff like that. Easy. Again, once again, did I move my hands that much on the keyboard? No. I played a total of 5 notes. And I just kept my hands there and played a very basic rhythm. Not rocket science here. And it doesn't sound that good yet, but we can make it sound good. I might do exactly what I did before and add the dual harmonizer onto this and then go into some delays. Ghostly. Not drunk. Magic slap. It's not bad, it just gets a little bit messy. We don't want all that pitch stuff going on. There's a lot going on here. Whoa. That's got a little bit of like a... I actually don't mind that. Like if the guitar went away for a part in the tune. I like it kind of pitched down. What do y'all think of this plugin? Let us know. I'm curious to hear what everybody thinks of it. I'm having fun just scanning through some of these presets. Everybody loves a good medium slap. But let's, oh, that's stereo width. Let's pull the mix down. Where am I? Hey, you want to become a VIP member, break the internet today? That's a good question. No, you have to, if you're going to become a VIP member on my channel, then you have to wait till tomorrow, because that's when the next stream is. Don't forget that we can harmonize. Now, if you are going to harmonize, what you're going to want to do is make a like duplicate. Like if you want the harmonies to exist together, So I just duplicated that, and I'm going to delete the harmonized version off. So now we have fifths down, which if you can imagine this for vocals as well, a vocal harmonizer. But musical intervals, that's like a whole selection here. So you can go interval up or interval down. Let's go fifth up on this instead. Wait, I know what I just did. Which one of these is the harmonizer? That's the original. This is the harmonized version. Okay, yes, I'm not crazy. Obviously, you have to be careful with your melodies and such because you don't know if it's going to work or not. Honestly, I might want to add a little auto pan here. You just have it. Carefully bounce between. There we go. Dope. I just noticed this isn't your channel. Yes. You noticed correctly. I'm here on this channel every Friday. What do you know about that? I want to add another percussion sample here, I think. Sample packs. What did I grab the drums from? Ah, yes, this pack. One shots. I just want to add like a reverby clap or a perk or something to emphasize one of the hits. But I love little random perks like these. That's a cool one. It's got that weird tail on it. I want to emphasize the snare. And I'm just going to throw a little bit of reverb on it. You know what? What are we here for, chat? Why don't we add the H910? H910. However, I'm supposed to say it. Let's add a crazy space thing. Oh, why am I not looking in the drums and percussion? Because there's weird stuff here. Love that. And now we're in choruses. Let's jump back up. We don't want the bonzo. I think the You Shook has a nice effect on it. Good, and it doesn't have too much of a... It was already shaved off from the dry wet, which is cool. I'll add a basic reverb to it because I want this to have a nice long tail. I might even... I guess that's fine. But one thing I will do is take some lows out of it because I don't want it to get cluttered. Like this. And you'll see why. This is just going to fit here. Just a little emphasis. Maybe it needs to go on that one. There we go. Just a little touch. Taetro, is this your second channel or somebody else's channel? So ADSR is name of the company that makes courses, sells sample packs, sells plugins, makes a sample manager, all that. This is their channel, Little Ransom. This is turning out to be a good beat. Maybe you should save it. Okay. Everybody's always on my back. Like, oh, save. What do I have to do? We're getting close to the end of the month, which means I'm going to be doing my reviewing all of the music I made in the month of April. That's always a fun walk down memory lane. I'm just going to duplicate this simpler instrument for a moment because I might want to drop something else into simpler now. Plugins. You were thinking of auto panning, says Michael in Facebook chat. Yes. Michael also says this plugin is pretty dope. I agree. Okay. What are we gonna do now? Let's sprinkle a little something on top. We obviously have all these perks, which we don't need. Oh, I could have used one of these 808 samples. But alas. Oh, we have tone one-shots here. These are perfect for us to use. What's this? Thank you, DJ No. That's a creepy little vocal thing. Let's use it. I can just right click and hit normalize. That'll bring the volume up. All right, again, we need to match the note on our keyboard to the note that we're seeing on the tuner. Good, and we could detune it a little because it looks a little bit sharp. And of course, let's do the little of this. I'm gonna turn glide off for this. I don't need auto pan for this instrument, not yet. There's some different artist presets as well. Maybe we should try one of these. Let me just scan through and see what the presets say. Some guitar ones. These echo ones look pretty cool. Pretty unique sound. Not just MIDI packs, low ransom, like sample packs and stuff too. And it's worth noting, if you do like this stream and you want to see the process more of my process, if you're just feeling this vibe, then all the previous streams are on the ADSR channel, and you can go back and watch them. And we've tried out different packs. So if you are in the market, hey, it's the weekend, maybe you're going to treat yourself to a new pack or a new plugin or something, and you're going to have some fun. It's worth diving back and looking at the previous streams to see what we've been working with. We do a lot on this channel, and then of course keep tuning in on Fridays because let's grab that. That was what we wanted right there. Kyle Gray Young, are you officially going to be on ADSR twice a week now? Stay tuned. That is coming, and it's not only going to be like me on here twice a week, but there will be ways for people to participate in ways that we haven't had before. So please stay tuned for that. But that's not coming up. I'll say a couple weeks, Kyle. There's a little tease there, but yeah, check that message in chat from ADSR because there's also other presenters on this channel too. So you should be learning from a variety of producers, and this is the way to do it. Checking out all these other cool producers on ADSR. Archery is really tiny. What do you mean, DJ Gnome? How's that tone, by the way, Michael Crawford? What else do we have? What else can we add? There's always room for more, right? Might get a little messy. Do any of these perks have like a tone to them? Because I could like program a weird little tom situation. Doesn't appear that way. Wrong. Well, that's a nice little percussion element. We go back to this. What's the bonus? Oh, we have bonus hi-hat loops and melody loops and percussion loops. Will one of these fit? A little extra percussive element. Let's see. Oh, please warp. The original BPM is 140. That's a nice little touch. I'll take that. These are nice. I'm just gonna dig through this pack a little bit more and see. We're using all very like washy sounds right now, which is fine. But it just begs the question, is there maybe a pluck or something we can pull from? I don't know if we'll find it, but we can at least look. What's in the TuneCraft? So this has bonus files as well. Background noises, lo-fi. Oh, interesting. Little atmospheres. Little noisy kind of things. I like that. And then more of these. What do they have for perks in this? Little like almost like kung fu hits, percussion hits. That's pretty cool. Tell me, Messiah, you're back? Where did you go? Drum loops, lo-fi. Oh, those are nice. You all know I kind of oscillate between like some trap and pop style beats from like lo-fi too. So we're leaning more to the contemporary pop kind of trap stuff here today.
Everybody wants to be on top.
That's another pack that's on ADSR as well. Oh, is it time to wake up already? That's a weird alarm. All right. I think we're coming close to the end here, my friends. I was going to see if I can add one more thing, but I think I don't want to make it too messy. Oh, this pack has a lot going on in it. So let me just do a quick review of what we had going on here. We started with the guitar loop, which sounded like this. Of course, this is from an ADSR pack. This nice guitar loop here. Then we started working with the H910. We gave it a little chorus vibe on this House of the H910 preset. And then we used the dual version of the plugin to add a bit of delay, like proper delay. Almost sounds like a spring reverb slightly. So we totally transformed that guitar sound with H910. Next up, we added some drums, of course. Now, this is also from that After Dark kit that I was using. And we thickened up the snare. There are a few different drum settings, drum presets in this plugin, but drum thickener seems to be a nice one. And there's some additional drum presets that are worth checking out. Some that are a little wonky and like go very far out, but others that can be used well as a utility. So here's the snare without the thickener. You can hear it's just, your very typical snare, cut right down the middle. And then we hit the thickener, and we got that. And we did add that additional percussion. And once again, that's got the H910 on it, and some reverb and some EQ. So before we processed it, just sounds like that. Then we add that space, some reverb, and we cut out those lows. Adds nice atmosphere to it, right? Next up, we sampled this little melodic thing. You can hear that H910 doing a lot of work there to not have it sound so dry. And then added that high synth on top, which, you better believe it, also has the H910 on it. I like this. This is sort of like a challenge for me. Like we work with different plugins every week or different packs, and it's like, is it possible to use this on pretty much every single element? And sometimes it is. 808, which really rounds out the bottom. That's that saucy 808. Hey, shout out to the winners. We got Too Nice on YouTube, who has won the H910, and DJ No, who has won a copy of the packs that we worked with today. So shout out to Too Nice and DJ No. Congrats, everybody. Big winners, big winners. Thank you, Taylor. So that about wraps it up for today. I like this beat. It's pretty good. Let me unsolo this. That's like kind of a bad habit I'm in, of like soloing tracks one by one. Again, very simple beat here. How many layers are we actually using? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we'll call the drums 6. Boom. Throw it on the master and then you're good. Yeah, it might not be the ultimate effect for the master, but maybe for some momentary effects it would be fun. But chat, that's pretty much gonna wrap it up for today. This is a fun experiment with a cool plugin that is modeled after some retro gear. A lot of different uses for it. Make sure you check it out if you didn't win. Only one person could win today, but obviously this plugin is available. It's on sale on ADSR's website, so check the description for that. All the packs and all the sounds that I used today are completely from ADSR packs. The 808 is from the Saucy 808, which I know is also available on ADSR. And this was a good time. I'm here every Friday on the ADSR channel. I've also got my own channel, youtube.com/Taetro. My name is in the title of this video, so if you're curious, go ahead and copy my name, paste it into the YouTube search, and you'll find me in my channel. I'm streaming tomorrow on my channel, so that should be a good time. We always make music, try out different plugins, same kind of vibe as this, but for a little bit longer. So yeah, find me. Taetro. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all that. And we'll have a good time. I'll see you all next Friday on this channel, and I'll see you all tomorrow on my channel. But for now, this has been Taetro for ADSR. Have a good one.